Hello, everyone, and welcome today. We're diving into a topic that might sound complicated at first, but don't worry. I'm here to break it down in a way that's easy to understand. We will talk about the central bank digital currency, also known as CBDC, and a specific example called digital euro. Imagine picking up your phone, tapping on a button, and instantly paying someone on the other side of the world without any extra delays or big fees. Sounds interesting, right? Let's explore how that could happen with digital money and why this new currency might change how we pay for those things every day. First, let's define what we mean by digital money. As a CBDC, we already have ways to spend money digitally, like credit cards, mobile payments apps, or online banking transfers. However, a CBDC is different because it's a digital money issued directly by a country's central bank. In most places, the central bank is responsible for printing the bills and coins we use to ensure that the financial system runs smoothly. If they move into creating digital money, it would have the backing and security of the nation's top monetary authority. Now, such example is the digital euro. Christine Lagarde, the president of the European Central Bank, has been talking about making a digital version of the euro used by the European countries. Right now, the process is still in the preparation stage. They're waiting for rules, official laws to be made in Europe about how the digital currency should work, who will use it, and how it will be kept safe and more. Once these new laws are in place, they'll decide whether to issue digital euro to the public. At the same time, they're also thinking about redesigning regular paper euro banknotes. So the future might have a new look like for physical money and a new option for digital spending that is just as official. Let's talk about what's happening in the other countries too, because Europe isn't alone in exploring digital currencies. Around the world, many nations and central banks are preparing to launch their own CBDC. Here are just a few examples. The Philippines, they are testing a wholesale CBDC, which means it meant for transaction between banks and central bank rather than everyday people. They hope to finish their testing by the end of this year. Brazil, this country plans to have its own CBDC ready to end of 2024. Brazil is a big economy in South America, and its success could impact how money flows in that region. England, the Bank of England, is setting up a lab to figure out how digital versions of the pound, sometimes called Bitcoin, might work. They want to see its benefits for businesses as well as families nationwide. Mexico, the country, has announced its plan to launch its own CBDC by 2025 in just a couple of years. Mexicans might be able to use an entirely new kind of digital peso. You might hear there are two types of CBDC, wholesale and retail. But what does that mean? Think of wholesale CBDC like VIP tickets that only banks can hold. Wholesale are used for significant transactions between central bank and financial institutions. When vast amounts of money need to be transferred quickly and securely, having a digital form of central bank money could make the whole process faster and cheaper. On the other hand, a retail CBDC is more like a regular ticket to a concert. Almost anyone can use it. This retail version is designed for everyday transactions, like buying groceries or paying for a movie ticket, just like we might use cash or debit card. Now, the difference is that these digital transactions would be backed directly by central bank, which might offer a new level of security and convenience. Why are so many countries considering CDBC? In the first place, one big reason is financial inclusion. There are still many people around the world who don't have easy access to banks. A digital currency requires only a mobile phone or a simple online account. Could help more people join the financial system. Imagine if you could send money to relatives in a different country or town without caring about the costly transfer fees. That's one of the visions behind CBDC, making transactions more straightforward, fast for everyone. Another reason is to free up trillions of dollars that might be stuck in old systems. Right now, when money moves from one bank to another or from one country to another, there can be delays because of the complicated procedures. If a central bank has a digital currency, it could cut down the wait times and make the system run more smoothly. Some supporters believe that this could help businesses everywhere because they wouldn't have to wait days for payments to clear. For example, a small online store could receive payment from a customer in different countries almost immediately, which might allow the businesses to buy more materials to pay their employees faster. Let's look at a few more countries that are either already using CBDC or are in process of testing them. Eastern Caribbean. The region launched CD Cash in March 2021, making it one of the early movers in the world of CBDC. Dcash is designed to help people in different islands on the Eastern Caribbean, making faster payments to one another. Nigeria, that country has also been working on its own CBDC, called the e-Naira, though they faced a few bumps along the way, such as getting more people to trust and adopt it. Indonesia, they plan to test a pilot of CBDC program in 2024. The idea is to see how well a digital rupee would function and what laws or rules they would need to support it. Kazakhstan aims to have a retail CBDC by 2025, meaning that in just a couple of years, every day people could use digital tenge. Norway, the Norwegian central bank is investigating the future of digital currency, although it has not made a financial decision yet. I mean, has not made a final decision yet. So, what does it all of this means for you? Well, if you're living in a country thinking about launching CBDC or you do have business with one, it could change how you handle money shortly. There's still time for people like you and me to share our opinions about CBDC. Should work. Should they be private, secure, or so nobody can see your purchases? Should they have certain limits on how much you can spend per day? Should they be free to use with no fees? All these questions and that the central banks and governments are discussing. Many of these decisions might already be made in a year or two. So if you have strong feelings about the privacy, security, or accessibility, now is the time to speak up or learn more. You could join public discussions, write to your representatives, or stay informed by following news updates from your country's central bank. The choice made today could affect how you use money tomorrow, whether you're buying a sandwich at your local store or paying something from across the planet. CBDC represents a massive shift in how global financial systems works. We've used physical money, bills, and coins for centuries, and while we'll probably still have those for a long time, a digital currency could become just as common. Some see this as a positive development that will bring more people into the global economy. Others worry about governments' power to track and control digital transactions. It's essential to know happening wherever you stand and to be part of the conversation. Also, the future might arrive faster than you think. Technology trends to move quickly, especially when governments as well as big organizations see the potential for significant benefits. If a CBDC can speed up business transaction, reduce financial crime, and help people manage their money more efficiently, many countries may adopt this system sooner than later. On the other hand, if there are big technical challenges or concerns about privacy and trust, that might slow things down. The key takeaway is that digital currencies established are on the rise worldwide. European central banks' plan for a digital euro is just one example of a broader trend that stretches far from the Caribbean to Asia and beyond. You might not notice it much right now, but over the next few years, there could be changes in how you pay for things, save money, and send funds to friends and family. Whether it's an instant payment, new financial app, or more straightforward ways to do international business. CBDC hold a lot of promise, but also comes with essential questions. Since decisions about this currency are being made in real time, we all have a chance to learn about them and share our thoughts. Even if you're not a financial expert, your opinion matters because money affects everyone. It's like you're voting in an election. You don't need to be a politician to have a say in the future of your community. In the same way, you don't need to be a banker to want your digital money to be safe, private, and easy to use. If more people speak up about what they want and need, the chances are higher and finally designs will reflect those views. Think of digital euro and a digital peso or any other CBDC as a new road. Right now, we're laying the foundation. We have to decide where it goes, how wide it should be, and what rules drivers need to follow. In a few years, once the road is built, it'll be hard to change. So, if you want to influence how it looks and works, paying attention now is best. Bottom line, CBDC are shaping the future of money. Whether you see that future as exciting, scary, or both, we can't ignore it. That's why it's essential to keep your eyes open, stay curious, and learn as much as possible. This is your money after all, and you deserve to understand it and have a say in how it's used. Thank you for joining me in this exploration for digital euros (CBDC) around the world. The topic might sound a bit like science fiction, but it's quickly becoming our reality. By the time you're older, or even within just a few short years, you could be making payments in a new way. So stay informed and engage, and let's keep the conversation going about this fascinating shift in money managing money. Write your comments below of what you think, and let's keep the conversation